My name is JB McCarthy. I'm an information systems researcher from University College Cork. If we go back 15 or 20 years, we had very little data collected about the individual. The individual generated very little data themselves and had very little digital devices. Now we have lots of different devices. We have a laptop, we're connecting on the internet, we use our ATM card, we go on the rapid transit, we use our contactless card. Now we're generating lots of data about how society actually transacts on a day-to-day basis, but we don't really understand how it all hangs together. So we're moving into this era of this data-rich, very data-intensive environment, but we don't actually have any concept about how it all works within the individual, within society, within companies, how it all interacts, how the regulator should understand it, how governments maybe actually need to be fed some more data, how we need to give more direction back to society as a whole. For me, we've moved from a stage where there's been very little data available. We've been data poor. And at this stage now we're data rich and we're going to get more and more data. So structured data and unstructured data. Lots of nations all throughout Europe and throughout the world have gone through this financial crisis. We're still trying to understand all of the issues that initiated the financial crisis, and we still don't understand those. We have lots of data, we've not put it together on all of the different layers. Lots of financial data, people taking too much risk, the banks doing some actions maybe that weren't well thought out, okay, impacting society, impacting the economy. All of these were not well understood, and as a result we had a crisis that cascaded into many different areas of business and society. And we still don't have a proper framework that's been well quantified to actually connect all of those incidents together. The collective behaviour, which previously in the past we didn't have many data points, now we have a lot more data points. But at this stage we don't actually have a good way of actually managing the interpretation of all of those data points. So we haven't well understood bringing together the complexity science, the computer science and the social sciences together to be able to look at these with a multidimensional view. If we go with the business as usual effort, we will come up with many different ways of solving the same problem, or maybe not solving it because we haven't looked at it rigorously enough. If we come up with a federated approach that's linked together, that we absolutely have multiple different disciplines looking at it, we have a much stronger way of coming up with a more solid, robust answer that has an enduring lifespan moving forward. Right now we have domains of expertise looking at many discrete areas that are looking at transport problems, that are looking at disease contagion, that are looking at maybe crime. What we're trying to do is to see all of the different best practices that have been developed in here, okay, but also to be able to collect data easier, to be able to transfer best practices and knowledge between these, to be able to transfer data and learnings between these domains, okay, that are domain specific, but also to be able to correlate all these to a higher level and actually be able to map broader societal issues. So we have Living Earth platform, and we're also going to have this global participatory platform which individuals can plug into, businesses can plug into, regulators can plug into, government can plug into, they can ask questions as well. So we're conscious that we need to be able to supply data up, but also be able to supply answers down. We are trying to connect 3 different disciplines and leverage the best practices and the initiatives and the insights from the complexity science, from computer science, from social sciences, bring those forward and develop a new planetary scale data science. We're also connecting with industry. We want to use data that industry has already collected, but we also want to leverage co-funding from industry. So we will need to be able to supply expertise to industry, but industry is going to supply some co-funding to FuturICT moving forward. We see lots of challenges there moving forward, but we're conscious that industry need to be able to leverage FuturICT results and technologies. Because we are looking at collecting more data from sensors, some of these sensors could be something as simple as, if it's a very nice day, it will see that today is a good day. Maybe instead of taking the car to work, you could cycle to work. Or if it's going to rain, it could say, instead of cycling to work, maybe you want to take the public transport and catch a train to work. So on the way to work, you could have maybe a sensor set up that you've been looking for a special sale on a special product in the shop, and it could say, why don't you call into the shop and actually buy the device that's on sale because you've been saving up for it for a long time. So here are some of the very practical ways for sensor data that you can trigger yourself, or that can be triggered for you by some external device or some third party.